Yeah. Jorge Martin starts on pole position for the second time in 7 days. Fabio Quartararo, Johann Zarco, Marc Marquez, who's dropped down to Michelin soft rear tyre, and Jack Miller go for Miguel Oliveira on your third row. Keep an eye on the hard-charging Brad Binder coming through from 10th. Polisby 4, Rins, Marquez and Bastianini on row 5. Valentino Rossi in his Austrian fair, where two men have been strong in the rain on the Tech 3 KTM machine. They go from 16th and 19th.
Let's just drop down to you. Any theory here on tyres? What are your thoughts on Marc Marquez's decision to go for a
right at the end of the race? I think he's the best example of someone cleverly chose the medium. Red's got a much better start position than last week. It's going to be much harder to do something like that at stage, but Mark clearly believes it's going to be rain interrupted, went the soft just.
That Simon, circuit winners then, Andrea Dovizioso and Miguel Oliveira split the wins here in MotoGP since Jorge Lorenzo back in 2018. No Ducati rider has won back-to-back first race of 2009. It shows the brilliance of Jorge Martin for his name to be mentioned in the same conditions here in Austria, with rain forecast to hit this Spielberg track at any second.
Ready to start in dry conditions. There are some interesting clouds just hovering above turns 9 and the pole position, of course, at 22.6, an all-time lap record from Jorge Martin.
There's a few.
We're underway in the Austrian Grand Prix. A lightning start from Jorge Martin on his Terbaik Ducati. Quartararo in leads into turn 1.
Yeah. Oh, Quartararo was out of the seat, wasn't he? Coming through turn 2, and Martin again.
Oh, look at Marc Marquez. He's attacking through turn number 3. Mears also made up a couple of places well. Nollins down the hill then into turn 4 with Bagnaia up behind him. Looks like Miller is now trying to challenge. He manages to make it stick. Rins is wide.
Yeah, Rins well wide out onto the dirt in turn number 4. Quartararo, Bagnaia takes the lead.
Well, somehow Martin has managed to get himself back, allowed to swap bikes now. The white flag has been put out. Bagnaia it is that leads then here in Austria.
Like it was Martin and Zarco in second and third place. There's the white flag waving then. You can come in and swap for
turn 1. It's Ducati's 1, 2, 3, followed by Marquez, Quartararo, Miller, Mir and Aleix Espargaro.
Second half of that first lap, he's down now in 5th place.
Brad Binder's just gone through on Aleix Espargaro into 5th. Ahead of Quartararo.
Yeah, just using that Ducati top speed and horsepower to 7. That's exactly where the world champion started on the factory Suzuki.
Excellent start for Iker Lecuona. He's up to 10th place.
6. So Zarco starting his charge towards the front.
Quartararo looks like he's about to be challenged this spot side. Binder's getting in the mix as well.
That was tight between Mir and Binder through that rapid right-hander turn number 8 way through on the brakes into turn number 9.
Got a bit messy into turn 9 there. Binder went wide. Aleix Espargaro went wide.
Only man into the 124s.
Lecuona's now gone up into 8th place. Onto the back straight we go there. Now he's going to make light work of this. He's trying to pull up alongside the Repsol Honda but can't quite get there. Marquez really.
Fabio Quartararo not where he wanted to be. 4 factory Ducatis ahead of him. They will be incredibly difficult.
Solid as a rock so far. Oh, twitchy there from Johann Zarco.
Yeah, really was. And through turn 6, Quartararo pounces back on 6 as well. Through Jack Miller, of course, those two are really.
The spots of rain there. So Marquez has found a gap and now chases down Pecco Bagnaia.
And led early on, didn't he? It's exactly where he is right now. His advantage over Marquez about 0.3 of a second.
As Martin, though, challenges his teammate and moves up into 3rd.
Yeah, Quartararo's now set the fastest lap of the race, getting in his groove. Quartararo. His problem being, though, having got through on Jack Miller, there's still 3 other Ducatis and a certain.
Binder up the inside of Iker Lecuona. Miguel Oliveira there as well, a trio of Red Bull KTMs.
He did very well, and again Zarco had the twitch on the gas through turn 4 on the last lap.
Is Marquez going to look at the inside here on turn 7? Is there a door open? No.
Rain disruption so far, thankfully. That's good news for Pecco Bagnaia, who's still making the early running here. Turns 9 and 10. He's had some famous battles with the Ducatis there in the past, hasn't he, Marc Marquez?
And Quartararo. Across the line we go. It is still Bagnaia with the race lead from Martin.
Struggling to go with that top 5 in 6th.
On board with Marquez in 3rd on the approach to turn 3.
Yeah, he's nudged his compatriot Johann Zarco out the way there. So down into that downhill braking zone for turn number 4. Keep Zarco at bay.
He'll hunt down now Marc Marquez. Fabio, though it is that still leads, but that gap at the front has come down significantly. Jorge Martin sniffing him out. Marc Marquez.
Yeah, this is the section of the circuit where Pecco Bagnaia was lauding it for Jorge Martin. He sent through to great effect in those four corners. Not really the Ducati territory, but Martin finding a way to...
Now in the slipstream of Jorge Martin. Is he going to have a look up the inside into turn one? You bet he is.
Yeah. Nice. Keep the hard-charging Martin behind him and then set about working out a way of getting through on Pecco Bagnaia to lead here in turn three for the sixth time.
Binder up the inside of Joan Mir. Mir just struggling a little bit with the pace to eighth. Here comes Martin again. Both he and Marquez having a proper
Terminator here, isn't it? Marquez so good in battles. We've seen him scrap it out with the cat. He's so strong. He's gone wide though. He lunged up the inside of Bagnaia into turn 7. Briefly led, went 8 and 9, which is so crucial.
So as we come across the line, somehow Bagnaia remains some classic in Austria on board now with Jorge Martin looking up to the Yamaha of the world champion.
Marquez made a big mistake there coming out of turn number 1. He's going to get swallowed up by Quartararo. And now Marquez tries to find a way back through on Martin into turn 3 there, rubbing shoulders and elbows at turn 3. Breathtaking action here in Austria.
How brave was that from Quartararo? Well, he's gone wide there. Is he allowing Mark through? Has he got a problem? That was most peculiar on the approach to turn.
Couple of rain spots on the camera lens, and Fabio Quartararo head down onto the rear tyre of Pecco Bagnaia.
Jack Miller is back in the frame, isn't he? Joan Mitchell leading.
It's quite a slow pace here from Bagnaia. He's doing sort of 25 flaps, which is below what him and Mir, the only two men in the 24s. Mir with a lot of work to do from back in 7th place. Rain, scary stuff.
It won't faze the man in 3rd, that's for sure. He won't mind seeing this. That's the reason he opted then, with rain spots falling frequently on the visor. Jack Miller, no surprise to see he's then closed up onto this grid.
He normally thrives in. Quartararo is lining on an attack here on Bagnaia into turn 6, and he's made it through.
Here on the cameras as we now flick it right through turn 8. The power will belong to Pecco.
Awesome by Fabio Quartararo. He's come through on 4 factory Ducatis in the hands of 4 exceptional.
Very good indeed, but here comes Pecco Bagnaia. Carves through like a hot knife through butter.
A lot of time. This is going to bring Marquez right back into the picture. Aleix Espargaro also out really. Bagnaia back at the front, top of the hill, turn 3, lap number 9. On board right now, as it does stay full dry. How hard is he having to abuse that soft rear tyre to keep him scared towards the end of the race? He's so good normally at managing the rear tyre, but it's going to be a bit...
doesn't he? Marquez, he's eyeing up a move on Fabio Quartararo. These two had some tremendous battles in Quartararo.
He did it the hard way to get to the front, and then the mistake when he was trying to keep Pecco Bagnaia behind him. I lost a lot of time. So then, we're about to chalk off lap number 9. He won. It's 2. He's gone from 25 flats, 25 ones immediately to a 24-6.
Well, this is red flag came out. It was not to be.
And he would love to continue the Ducati's car this year. This would be the sweetest of tastes for Pecco Bagnaia if he was able to carry this job through.
And the train of riders that follow after. Still Zarco 5th, Miller 6th, Mir 7th. Okay, it's to Quartararo as they head through turn 7.
A bit further down than we thought was going to be a podium threat this weekend. Normally so good on back-to-back races at the same circuit. Just have
a good lap from Pecco Bagnaia as we cross the line to complete lap 10, a 24.5 again. It's
3 big laps from Bagnaia and Marquez.
Here comes Marquez, he's in the slipstream of Fabio Quartararo. There is the block pass coming, no.
What a shot. That Repsol Honda RC213V singing in top. There's still no way through back of Quartararo though.
The rain flags have been withdrawn, but the wind is up, look at that. Or was it a Marquez gamble of a soft rear tyre? 10 laps into this moto to 4
when the rain spots came. Jack Miller was starting to make progress back towards that top 5, but
to get past this Ducati, Miller will be very difficult to overtake, he always is, but Mir can see that group getting away.
Perfect time to ride on board there with Joan Mir. He can see, we can see that top 5 just eat up Pecco Bagnaia down to a 1:24.4. So that's about 6 tenths quicker than he was.
There is Joan Mir, still can't find a way through. He's got them to
Red Bull right this by Miguel Rivera, given the pain and suffering from that recovering right hand. He's still doing high wide road rings. Lecuona 12th. The two LCR riders have been a bit underwhelming so far. Mick makes his move into turn 6. Nicely done from the number 36. Yeah, just sits that Suzuki in the middle of turn 6. He knows that there's no way for Miller to have the advantage over Miller's Ducati. It's crucial now that Mir gets the picture perfect speed here for Mir. Out of 10 will be vital.
Cross the line again, and the fastest lap of the race to Quattararo.
Now the gap in quite comfortably, and there's just no way that Miller can get back on tabs with the Sia, but it's just keeping that pressure mounted on Bagnaia.
I just wonder if this breeze and the drop in temp struggling a bit, this is helping him out a little, just to kind of keep that pace going.
A little bit high into turn number 4, he's ran wide and lost crucial yards and metres then to Bagnaia. Lack of grip in the hot conditions yesterday afternoon from that Ducati.
Still to help persevere the tyre with Marc Marquez as well. Who knows? At the moment he's still glued to the back end of Fabio.
After the number 5 went to P5, hasn't really been able to show his teammate Jorge Martin a front of serious speed. Keep an eye on Mir now, because he's just set a 1:24.573. His best lap
has been given a track limits warning. The number 33 currently in 8th place, chasing down Jack Miller.
Penalty, 15 laps to be precise.
Gap between not quite as strong in these cooler conditions as he was in the very hot conditions yesterday afternoon.
Quattararo out of the seat on the gas through turn 1. That put fellow Frenchman Zarco wide as well. Between Martin and Quattararo.
Yep, he'll have a nice bit of
an aero wing in the back for Jorge Martin. Almost fair in love and war.
His top 3 are pulling away.
Nearly half a second out of the Frenchman.
Out of turn 1, up to the kink. His advantage out front. He's just creeped above 4/10 of a second.
Marquez again, so Yamaha, as he just streaks away from Marquez on the run down to turn 4. He got one around this stage of the race last weekend. It didn't really prove too much of a distraction. Just starting to fade away from his grasp here a little bit.
Doesn't look like there's any signs of incoming bit, considering last weekend what happened on the podium here. We desperate for a Ducati on the top step, and preferably a factory Ducati, and at the moment that's the way it's going.
Dovizioso's done it and Martin's done it. Can Pecco and Bagnaia do it as well for Ducati here? Wins in 7. Ducati have never won as many races at any other circuit in their Grand Prix history since coming to 24-year-old Italian to get the job done and to keep that golden record going.
Johan Zarco now has got Joan Mir glued to the back of his.
Now on Miller for 7th place. He just set his personal best lap on that last circuit, as well as mark his domain here in Austria. Quattararo still standing firm in 2nd.
Through turn 9, I'm down a little actually to Bagnaia out front. Here is Joan Mir then.
Yeah, Zarco's kind of responded. He's matching it close enough to attack Quattararo up the hill. Track limits warning there going out to Jorge.
Binder trying to find a way through on Jack Miller. Jack Miller taking that extraordinarily like he does.
The way he pivots that Ducati, slides the rear through turn 2 to set himself up. The way that
12 laps to go still. Hard to call this one. Bagnaia though, he's been in this position of last year. He was brilliant, he was leading, he fell. He was leading again in Mugello earlier this year.
Well, Spargo's had a track limits warning. It matters very little in terms of the leading point scoring place, struggling on the LCR Honda.
11 to go. And Quattararo that last time around. Only the top 5 men able to stay.
Move though, but he couldn't make it stick, and Miller had to straight back on through. Binder's got to do the hard work all.
He probably run about 40 laps in a race. He comes on so strong in the latter stages.
Here, had getting through on Jack Miller, 3 or 4 laps to go.
Well, how costly could this be for Johan Zarco and Prime Ducati, and how good would this be?
In a double win for Fabio Quattararo, a double podium. It still might well be a win, but in terms of the championship, this is a big blow for Zarco as well. It's in to turn number 9.
Crashed there earlier in the weekend, a bit further round this time. He's not quite had the speed that he made in a race really since Portugal.
Yeah, so Miller, and it's all playing into the hands of this man Fabio Quattararo. set better to extend his championship lead.
To keep his tyres as smooth as possible, and then he's going to just go mad in the closing stages, or into his favour somewhat, but it doesn't feel like now it's going to rain, does it?
No, quickest man of the top three on that last lap by a whisk on the Repsol Honda, all the way up to top gear, flat out, and here he comes, it's the move being made. Quattararo
Off and then nearly clattered into the back of Bagnaia. He had to go straight on there. Wow, well there you go, place. He's never had a win in Austria, Marc Marquez, and we've seen a factory Ducati and the Repsol Honda of Marc have a few.
Repsol Honda lurking behind him. He just tried to leave his braking as late as he dared, and he just got in that. Really wants to take a victory. He wants to rub the catty nose in it here.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, the fact that given his physical condition, he's still nowhere near his physical that
particular occasion, not to inform him of who it is exactly. You don't really ever want to see.
Could be a real costly blunder for his championship. Easy to say sitting here, but it was a big mistake. 7.5 laps or so unfold here in Austria without him participating. It's Bagnaia that leads from Marc.
It's one thing seeing Quattararo, a rider you've been battling with your whole career, but seeing +0 90 Guillaume must just be in awe of his rider and what he's doing. He's closing.
Well, Steve, look, they're a bit of a one-man band, aren't they, HRC? Give or take the odd outstanding ride from Taka Nakagami's indeed.
Still time for things to change here. Quattararo's still not far.
Lost half a second with that mistake at turn 3 a couple of laps ago. He's regrouped brilliantly, he's the fastest man on the move.
Can he get into the slipstream? No way.
Well, arguably over the last couple of years, Pecco Bagnaia now.
That was a mistake from Bagnaia. There was a little mistake there. The rain flags are out again. Can you?
Bagnaia's bottle, and he's responding brilliantly. Incredible action here again between a Ducati, a factory Ducati.
Have a look into turn 7, Marc Marquez here.
Yeah, this is where he's so strong. The left-handers. This is Bagnaia at the controls of the factory Ducati. He's going to line the move up, trying to get the drive through.
6 laps there will be remaining of the Austrian Grand Prix when they go across the line next.
Steve at the top. Bagnaia and Quattararo have got to think about the championship. That will affect their risk and reward ratio.
Marc find a way past on Jorge Martin in the battle for 4th. Again, the rain flags are waving. There's
sector 1. I think he might be Taka Nakagami. Is it? Oh no,
it's Miguel Oliveira.
Completes a pretty forgettable week in the Red Bull Ring. It's not been the dream return to Styria. Yeah, and they can't drop Quattararo, can they? He's hanging in there, the Frenchman. Absolutely brilliant performance in 10th place.
A warning and a twitch there from the rear end of Marc Marquez. Of course, he's the other way
away from a first victory, but it's Marc Marquez who's his main contender.
Just a quick mention on Jorge Martin closing rapidly on this group. Martin and Mir are closing on the leading group. And Martin has been halved in 1 lap.
Yeah, they're not out of podium contention here.
What's happening? Look at this, they're all closing. What's happening to the pace
well,
of the front of this race? The rain is
coming
falling now.
The rain's obviously
left, and this is far from it. What a twist in the tail here.
Well, 2 men who had nothing to lose, Miller, and just come right into podium contention. Marquez and Quattararo on that last lap were down to the...
Oh, Marquez then, he's getting a bit of a twitch on here. Will any of these guys gamble? Surely not. They're in brilliant the frame as well in the background. Marquez, will he fancy a move up the inside here and Bagnaia into 9?
Out of nowhere. Mia now right in podium contention as well. Here comes Binder on the KTM2.
This is what? Martin next to win.
Martin back on Quattararo up the hill into the first corner. He's back in 3rd. Bagnaia wide.
Martin from nowhere, from 3rd up to 2nd, and Quattararo. Wow. He's trying to mag the
late. Wow. Late braking show from Fabio Quattararo. How far did he come back to get the 2 Ducatis of Martin? They're in 5th place.
Incredible.
Bagnaia struggling. Bagnaia now back in 4th. He led coming through the first Marc Marquez. They're tiptoeing their way through turn 6. Almost contact between Bagnaia and Binder.
This 7, it's raining down in pit lane. It's heavy rain through sector 3 and 4. These guys are all on 6. You can't put your...
Gentle. Look, barely any lean angle from him through turn number 9. Oh, they're all coming in.
Apart from Binder. Binders are all changing tyres. There are 4 laps remaining. Marc has a good look around his shoulder. Wow. From Alicia Spargaro.
They're now in 2nd place. Wow.
I can't keep up. This is
flag to flag bike swap then from Fabio Quattararo. late drama here in spot. Brad Binder then gambled. He stayed out there. He saw the top 5 men ahead of him peel into pit lane. Here they
and they exit pit lane on wets. Now remember, Binder is out on slick tyres.
What does he be falling? He was falling hard enough to convince this top 5 to come in. Bagnaia has made a mistake straight away. Wet tyres, no temperature. Quattararo likewise as well at the top of the hill into turn 3 as well. You can't.
Here is your race leader, Brad Binder. And what is he going to do? He's coming in. Is he going to come in underneath there, trying to work out what needs to be done? There are, as he goes across the line, Rossi's on the podium.
You
Rossi's
are joking.
on the podium at the moment, ladies and gentlemen.
200, absolutely incredible.
What are we watching?
Rossi in a podium battle with Leccarona.
In different sections of the circuit, there are 2 laps to go here in Austria.
Yeah, Marc Marquez is. They've completely gone. Quattararo also was well wide into the first corner. Binder, Alexis
Rossi.
Oh no, can you believe
Leccarona, it could be on for a maiden podium. There's still more drama to go in their backyard, but look, it's raining so hard. Brad Binder, we remind you, ladies and gentlemen, is on 6. He's got an 8.5 moment for Pit Byra, and the KTM team is chucking down.
These are not tart conditions for slick tyres.
He's in contention for a podium.
Valentino Rossi then, 5th. At the moment, here's Corona Camp. Brad Binder is on the last lap of the Grand Prix. What's his advantage over Alex Wide?
Oh, this is high. Can you believe what we're seeing here? I can't admit that.
No lean angle whatsoever. He was almost down. Slick tyres on a soaked Spielberg circuit.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Binder could be on for a win in the wet on slicks. Aleix Espargaro for Aprilia could be getting their first putt. He's got to use all of his motocross skills here. Look at these guys all battling for second and third.
He might be losing a podium at the brakes. They're almost at a standstill.
Valentino Rossi might just go for broke here. Brad Binder has gone through sector 2. He's now coming through sector 3. He's just corners away from winning his second now. Look at Bagnaia. He's on the wet. He's on the wet. I can't believe what we're watching.
He's going to get a podium. Bagnaia's going to get a podium.
Where's Brad Binder? Here he is. He's going to do it. The checkered flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the wet.
What a Grand Prix. Can you believe it? Pecco Bagnaia is going to get... Martin gets a podium. Me a 4th. Marini on slick, somehow 5th. Leccarona Rossi at one stage we thought was going to be on course for his 200th Premier Class podium. Whatsoever. If there was one more lap, he was going to be nowhere near the podium.
Some of the guys there that gambled to stay out on slick.
Coming through turn 8, wet and dry tyres. It's absolutely bucketing down now here.
26-year-old Brad
to the doctor. That is a beautiful tribute. What a shot that is. The big flag, what a race. What a risk taker Brad Binder is.
witnessed.
I wonder what was going through his mind with 3.